Welcome back to Exotic Car Hacks, and today we are reviewing yet another car collection, and this time it is one of magnitude by the one and only Andrew Tate. Now, as you guys know, I never, ever give into any, oh, I think because it's someone very, cool, we're just going to be telling him everything he owns is cool. So we're going to be ranking his cars from a spec standpoint, from really, was it the right car to buy or not, and then take a look at that. You know, whatever you think of Andrew Tate, that you like him or not, he is a passionate exotic car collector. He has a lot of cars. We've seen a lot of cars in his channel. It's very hard to decipher, you know, which ones are kept long enough to kind of be part of a collection or not. But I understand them because I do the same thing. Sometimes I'll buy 9 cars in a month and then keep 3 of them and get rid of the other ones because I don't love them that much. So he's recently upped his car game a lot, and if you haven't paid attention to it, then you may not have noticed, but he has recently acquired a bunch of hypercars. And he's upped his game a lot, which I think is fantastic, and very proud of him for doing that, because his car collection previously was kind of like average-ish, sub $1 million cars, and now him and his brother have bought some beautiful cars. It was actually very cool that he got to preview my car collection recently when a friend of his came over and basically sent him a video of my car collection, and he gave me his own version of what I'm doing here to his cars. So first, we have his new Pagani. So this is a very good exposed carbon spec. Good package upgrades on the car. I mean, this is like a really nice car. Now, I'm pretty sure he didn't spec this new and he just bought it, which is still okay. Like, we all buy used cars, especially because it takes a really long time to get cars, and who has time to wait 2 years sometimes for a car to be built? So in this case, I can't confirm this, but I believe this is his first Pagani. And this is something that's really exciting. Now, personally, I think this is the right Pagani to own. So I don't know that I have anything negative to say here. I mean, it is a BC model. It has all the carbon interior, carbon exterior, exposed carbon. It has the automatic with the sequential shift. So, you know, a lot of these were not 6 speeds. Like, a lot of the Utopias are going to be 6 speeds. So, I mean, this is the right car. It's not an early model. It's not like a Baroque car. It's not like first generation Pagani nobody wants for just $2 million. So this is a heavy, like, over $3.5 million car, and I think that's a good thing. So, you know, one thing that you know is when people, and listen, it's fair, when people are always constantly talking about other people being brokies, etc., and then they go and buy really cheap shit, it doesn't look good for their brand, right? Because they're proving that they're fitting in, trying to, like, pretend they're richer than other people. This is not a pretend Pagani, so this is a very good Pagani. So, and it makes sense.
Not destroy it. Or, you know, if we do destroy it, what's 7 million to a motherfucker like me?
And again, remember, we are not, like, talking about the cost of these things in the US, because he's not in the US currently. He's also displaying his Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport, very famous Pure Sport. Very nice car. Generally, I'm a big fan of the Pure Sport, but I also prefer the Super Sport. But nonetheless, the Pure Sport, and that's a preference thing. A lot of people like the Pure Sport because it's got the big wing and it's got more like the wow factor. And of course, he shatters his windshield, which is going to take like 3 months to fix. But nonetheless, the Bugatti Pure Sport is a really good secondary choice for a Chiron. So it's a nice spec. It's a nice color for him. It's very fitting for his brand. So in agreement there that the Pure Sport is also pretty exciting, generally speaking.
We went on the money, the time, the car's still. I want to take the car's like scratch. No worries. I guess I'll have to drive the Bugatti. Where? Aston Martin DB12. You know, I thought the Rimac Novera is the fastest. All this electronic and it's
the DB12. I'm not in necessarily agreement. Yeah. And this is one of the things I was talking about his previous cars. So he had and this is usually a difference between European culture and also like US culture. So, you know, in Europe, owning like even a DB12 is a pretty big fucking deal. It's a pretty big fucking deal, generally speaking. But, you know, for me, when I look at these cars, first off, I love the DB12. I think it's a great car, and I'm a big fan of Aston Martin cars, especially recent cars. Since the DBS, I thought they've done a great job at upping the game, especially on the DB12 and everything else. But the problem is, Andrew Tate's too rich to drive a DB12. So he should be driving a Vanquish, or he shouldn't even own the car. My view on this is, when you're at that level, when you have these type of cars, it doesn't even make sense to own a DB12. There's nothing about a DB12 that should be in his collection. Like, that shouldn't even exist. Now, given it's a nice DB12, it has the right puddler and all that shit and the right wheels and everything else, but it doesn't change the fact that nobody needs a DB12 in their collection when they have that magnitude of cars sitting there. Then you can see the MC20 there, which is a total waste of money as well. You don't even need a Maserati. That thing should go to the trash. Doesn't matter what kind of aero kit it has on it. That's a huge piece of shit that doesn't belong in his collection either. Like, those things are not supposed to be there. Now, you know, because I know he has a lot of friends and stuff, I don't know if he's bought some of these cars for his friends to drive, you know, like when they're all going out together and stuff, because I don't know what you would do with a Huracan Evoque, or why you would even own that. Why would that even be there? The Sprinter van makes sense, the Maybach, like whatever, Sprinter van. The S-Class doesn't make sense, like why isn't there a Phantom there, or an S63 at least? Like, that would make more sense. But you can see it. Maybe it's a chauffeur car. Like these are things that I can't speak of because I don't understand the context of why. Like, why is there a 488 there? I don't understand that either. Like, these are not cars that belong in the collection of a man that rich. Meaning, like, the way I look at him is like, these cars shouldn't even be there unless he's lending them to his friends. Like Turo, basically, just for your close friends. You know, like, I get it. If that's the case, then more credit for him, because I also wouldn't buy necessarily like a Performante or an STO for a friend to drive. And if I was just going to have a bunch of guys driving, but I don't know why he would even set foot in any of these cars. It doesn't make sense. I also heard his brother just bought like a insane like DB5 or DB4. I don't know which one it was, but he paid like over $2 million for it, which is pretty crazy. That's a very, very remarkable car, by the way, which is more power, and shout out to Tristan for having classic Aston Martins. One thing I appreciate about his car collection is he actually likes Aston Martins, and he likes very not typical cars, meaning he doesn't just like the same, like, oh, Ferrari, Lamborghini, etc. He also has some really cool, unique cars. Like I get this, like I wouldn't buy this, but everybody has kind of their love for certain cars for certain reasons, and some cars are exciting on their own. But like this MC20, like we said, even though it's got the right body kit on it and everything else looks like shit, SF90 shouldn't be there either. 812 Competizione absolutely should be there. That is a beast of a car, and even though I'm a hater of Ferrari in every ground possible, the SF90 is probably the prettiest Ferrari ever made. It's fast as shit, but it's completely useless in a collection like this. GT3 RS, pure shit. I think he's the only guy that agreed with me that those cars had a lot of plastic, and he replaced it with the 9 design kit Peter at 1016 Industries did for the actual GT3 RS. So I get that. That car makes sense if it's all carboned out. I just don't like it personally, but you know, everyone has their own taste and opinion of things. I think Porsches, basically, like I've even heard him say that certain Porsches and certain collections just don't make sense if you have money for other cars. But we see a lot of really well modified car, like very, very well modified BMW, you know, Mercedes cars, etc. I just don't understand the need for some of these cars. Like you can only drive so many cars, and if the cars create the exact same feeling and one is significantly better than the other, it just doesn't add up. But the 812 Competizione is a beast of a car. Not as good as the TEF from a driving standpoint, but the 812 Competizione is just an amazing looking car and worth every penny. See, like the GT3 RS, I told you, he has the kit on it, so it has the carbon everywhere instead of plastic. It's an average spec. I mean, it's just a matte variation of the most common colors, so not so exciting.
Jesko in person. I've never sat in one. I just bought it. I bought 2. So this is gonna be my first ever actual experience with a Koenigsegg Jesko, which I'm quite excited about.
I'm glad he's showing these 2. I heard he bought 2 of those, and he had one of the... I saw it, and I think when he was driving on the street, and they said it broke down on the first day that he had it. This is single-handedly probably the hottest Jesko spec I've ever seen in existence. So I'm a huge fan. I hate Koenigsegg as cars. This is not like a personal thing against what Andrew's buying. It is one of the best looking cars on the planet, but compared to all the other cars, I just don't see it. But when you already have a Bugatti or Pagani, then buying a Jesko could make sense as an extra car, just because it's so visually striking and it's very, very fast. Very exciting in that from design and aesthetic standpoint. I just don't understand the constant breakdowns people and owners have had problems with. That said, there's nothing else on the road that even looks like it, so it's definitely worth owning if you're not going to drive it that much or worry if it's out for a while. And this, what he's been able to spec here, the blue with the white seats and the blue highlights, is single-handedly, in my opinion, one of the hottest spec Jeskos that's ever been released anywhere. So I don't know if he spec'd this or he bought it. It's stunning. Like, it's retarded good looking. Like, very, very good looking. So some of these cars, again, I don't understand their purpose because I don't have context. But generally speaking, then I think that the Jesko is definitely my favorite from a spec standpoint. Alright, so there you have it. My view on some of Andrew Tate's cars, specs, and everything in between. Again, like I always say, I keep it real. This is not like an attack on people. This is just my opinion of what I think of their car collections. Otherwise, good job, Andrew. Some incredible hypercars, and good job leveling up over the last few years with some amazing new additions to the collection. It's amazing to see people grow despite what the media will try to do to people, so it's exciting to see him get into some of these new cars and enjoying life. And to everybody else, I will catch you guys next time when we review yet one of your favorite YouTubers' car collections, which I have a very different take on than most people will ever think. So I'll catch you next week, and don't forget, if you want to learn how to actually get in and out of exotics without losing money, please click the link below and actually join us, because Exotic Car Hacks has a free training where you can actually learn how to stop losing money on cars. And of course, let me know in the comments if you want me to do anyone else's collection. I only have one more of these next week, so other than that, it's up to you guys to tell me if there's anyone else you'd like to see me break down, and I'll catch you next week for Exotic Car Hacks.